Good evening. I'd like to call this February 9th, 2026 meeting of the Jackson County Board of Education to order. This time we'll have Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Board, we have the minutes we need to approve, so I need a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting. Moved by Mr. Johnson and second by Ms. Wheeler. All in favor? Aye. Okay, you have the agenda before you. I need a motion to approve the agenda. Moved by Ms. Wheeler, second by Mr. Johnson. All in favor? Aye. This time I'll turn the floor over to Dr. Philip Brown for superintendent's comments.
Well, good evening, board and community, staff. Thank you for being here this evening. On Thursday night, I had an opportunity to say thank you to our staff for all of their work over the weather days. Those are always challenging days for all of us, as employees, as staff, as parents, when we have to change course sometimes from what we usually do. So I want to say thank you, and thank you to our staff that worked extremely hard to get our schools ready for us to have school on those days coming back from the weather. Also want to say thank you to David Farmer and his team for shoveling and everything else that they did to make sure that our schools were safe for our kids to enter. Board, I do want to tell you a lot of things going on inside of our school district right now. We had robotics competitions this weekend, Science Olympiad here. We locally put on a Science Olympiad for the schools inside of Jackson County. We had state swimming, we had wrestling sectionals. We have a number of spring sports starting. We have basketball games all over the place. And so congratulations to our students on their success, as well as our coaches and teachers for giving of their time and leaders giving of their time to make us successful. I want to remind you we have the Star Student and Teacher Banquet coming up on Monday, February 23rd at 6 o'clock at the Jackson County Ag Center. Also, board, I want to remind you our board retreat is coming up on March the 20th, 2026. We'll be here in the Empower Board Room, but also want to remind you that we'll be traveling to different schools throughout the school district, as well as to a couple of construction sites. At this time, I'll ask Ms. Melissa Gillespie to come up and give the Jackson County High School highlight.
Good evening, board and community. Thank you so much for letting us have the opportunity of sharing this evening to highlight some of the amazing accomplishments of Jackson County High School. But you're not here to hear me speak. So tonight we are going to showcase the success and growth of the International Baccalaureate program that we have at Jackson County High School. And we have our coordinator here with us, Mr. Alex Nichols. He's going to walk you through a little bit of the program. And also we have an alum who has come back that is going to speak with you about his experience this evening. And Mr. Nichols will introduce him to you. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Nichols.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for your support of our program so far. I'm excited to tell you kind of the story of the first 5 years of the IB program at JCHS. And so I'll start with a little refresher on the IB. IB stands for International Baccalaureate. It's a nonprofit educational foundation that's in 159 countries around the globe. So they're really known for setting high standards for education globally. The diploma program is their advanced content curriculum for high school juniors and seniors. So that is the program that we offer. The courses themselves are similar to AP, and that it's college level material in a high school environment with high school teachers, and they can take an exam in order to get college credit at the end of the course. Unlike AP or dual enrollment, though, there are two ways to participate. One is what we call a course candidate, so that is just taking one-off courses that mix and match with the rest of your schedule. Another is doing the full diploma program. For those students, they're really taking a challenging, rigorous, robust, well-rounded option for their high school junior and senior year. They are going to take about 13 IB credits in order to meet the requirements and do a core capstone with a 4,000-word research paper. And then to earn the IB diploma, their exam scores would total, and that would allow them to have kind of that prestigious designation of their accomplishments from high school. What's even better than the diploma, though, well, it's a very worthy goal, is that the mission of the IB really focuses on developing these knowledgeable young people so that we can have a better, more caring world. So at the core of the diploma program is the IB learner profile. It's very similar to our district profile. So the IB centers the idea that we need to have defined qualities like being open-minded, being compassionate, being thinkers in order to activate lifelong learners. And then surrounding that is the approaches to teaching and learning. It's very much in line with our instructional commitments for our district. So that is making sure that thinking skills, that communication skills, that social skills are embedded into every course, or making sure that each instructor is aware of how to foster collaboration or differentiation within their course. And so having that as kind of the core of the framework before then you expand out to the other courses means that the advanced content curriculum is really just a vehicle for making more capable human beings, right? With greater skills beyond just their knowledge of biology or mathematics. We see this play out in the fact that our students aren't just more likely to get into competitive colleges, they're more likely to do well once they're there. So 77% of students overall, freshmen, persist past their first year in college. 98% of diploma program graduates persist, and then the graduation rates are similar. The IB program at our school launched in 2020. So we went through an authorization process, then we became one of just 35 high schools with a diploma program in the state of Georgia. Our first cohort graduated in 2022, and we're really proud of them. They're a very impressive group, very accomplished. And at the same time, it was a small group of 6 students. And so during that time period, we had COVID, we were launching Empower, moving to a new school building. And we decided that we really needed to reevaluate how we could help maximize the potential of this program. It was just going to have to look a little bit different from what we thought it would look like when we first launched. So each IB school, after 5 years, they do a program evaluation with the IB. And we took that opportunity to focus a self-study on how do we expand access and increase sustainability for our diploma program. So for the first measure of expanding access, we wanted to reimagine the initial idea. We thought that our diploma program would be like a little school within a school with select group of students who move around from course to course and be kind of siphoned off in that way. But we realized with all of the wonderful programming that we offer in this district with AP, with dual enrollment, with Empower, that we wanted to find better ways to align that experience with the student choice that we offer in so many other ways. So to start, we made the diploma program application more accessible. We took and we focused, instead of us trying to select the best students that we thought were the best fit, we decided to make it more about empowering parents and students to make the right choice for them, to trust them in that process. We also removed restrictions on the course candidates, the people who do one-off courses. When we originally imagined it, we thought it would be important to reserve those spots. But we realized that opening the program means that more students can make this match in with their other goals at Empower, with the AP Capstone program, things like that. And then that also increased interest overall in the diploma program. And so as we continue to work towards this goal of expanding access, we're also piloting an IB English B program. It's a course from the IB specifically designed for EL students, but at a rigorous level that those students might not always have access to. So overall, these steps were really successful in transforming our classes. The black is the years 21 to 2022, that first cohort that graduated, and then the current year in comparison in red. We have really robust classes with multiple sections that we're really happy to see. Our second goal was to increase sustainability. To be more responsive to student needs and school resources. So our original model, perhaps we offered too many choices, considering all the other choices that were available in Jackson County. So we took the time to think about which of our IB courses would really complement what was already a part of our curriculum, would offer something new for student needs. And by streamlining that, we were really able to expand. So we have 138 course candidates this year, students just doing one-off classes. We have 38 junior and senior diploma program students doing the full 6 courses in capstone. And then we have 85 students within that have taken no previous AP, IB, or dual enrollment. So that really shows that we have expanded access to people who wouldn't normally have these opportunities or might not think of themselves in this way, while also keeping the challenging and rigorous options at the high level available. And so one of the ways that the reason this was important to us to kind of move from a niche program to expanding opportunities is that means more students from our district are more prepared for college and career. We have fantastic assessment results, 75% pass rate. The IB exam is out of 7, and a 4 is considered passing at most schools, so 4.18 average score. And then a 6 or a 7 is a really outstanding level of achievement on an IB exam, and 11% of our candidates are meeting that level. Our IB English, Spanish, and French in particular have about a 95% pass rate for those courses. So really outstanding jobs from those teachers. Another way that we can kind of benchmark our success is by looking at our current seniors. This is just our early admissions outcome from our school, but diploma program students our 15 diploma program students doing the full program make up the majority of acceptance to Georgia Tech and UGA early admissions for this year. We had at our school 6 students accepted early to Tech, and 4 of those were from the diploma program. We had 9 students from UGA admitted early to UGA, and 5 of those were from the diploma program. We had a few that were deferred from our program, but none were denied, so we're hoping that they'll still be making it in, along with some additional students who haven't applied yet. All of those students in the diploma program have actually seen their GPA go up by an average of 1.5 points, and we have 3 that are also completing the AP capstone. So we're really proud of the class, that they are joining a group of 35 alumni from our program. They are attending a wide variety of colleges, public, private, tech school, Ivy, and we know that they're really well prepared because they come back and tell us that. They email me and they let me know how college is matching up to their experience in the diploma program. We'll double the number of alumni we have in just 2 years, so we're also really excited to see that continue to expand. And on that note, I have Carlos Revilla Lizardo. He graduated last year. He's at UNG this year, majoring in computer science, and so I invited him to kind of share a little bit about his experience in the program. He came to our high school just as a sophomore and instantly decided to jump in, and I think that speaks a lot to who he is. And so, Carlos, will you tell us a little bit about why you decided to join IB and what it was like once you were in the program?
Yeah, the main reason why I decided to join IB in the first place because I heard that it was a challenging set of courses and that I wanted to find a challenge for myself in the school. I also knew that it would help my college application in the future. It would provide me with college credits and make me more of a better candidate for schools. When I first got in, the first thing that I found that it was a very, very cohesive group of people. All of my classmates in my cohort really, it was nice to have a group of people where you struggle with the same things, and so you can see people you relate to and are always able to support you. And yeah, it was really a very good experience to have that group of people, and it's actually challenging to not have it in college, but I really like the social aspect of the IB program a lot.
Can you tell us a little bit about, now that you're in UNG, which parts of the diploma program help prepare you for that?
Yeah, well, the main one and the one many people join for is the college credits to begin with. When I just joined UNG, I had already completed 21% of my degree just because of the college credit that IB had provided me and that the school had accepted. It also helped me a lot with the content that I was learning in the classes, since many of the concepts that I learned in IB were college level concepts. that, of course, I saw in my first few semesters in UNG, and I'm still seeing right now. And it also helped me a lot in a practical way of how to approach different assignments and how does the college experience, in many times, like tries to guide the work that's done in the class. And so many, like for example, my essay writing got a lot better because of the IB program, and that has been proved really helpful in my first few semesters in college, since there's a lot of essay writing, as you probably know. And so, yeah, that's some of the many ways that helped me so far.
And outside of academics, are there other skills that you feel like you gained just in general that have helped you?
Yeah, well, that same cohesive group has taught me a lot about communication skills, as well as the teachers and how it is appropriate to approach a teacher or a person of authority. It's a skill that many people that don't experience this type of programs maybe don't develop as much, but it has helped me a lot with communication and social skills. It's helped me make some friends in college as well. Some people who relate to my experience with high-level courses and rigorous classes. And it's also, I would say, particularly my writing skills have really gotten a lot better. And it has been proven by many of the assignments that I can now easily get done in college because of how writing as a skill is applied in college as well. I have this history class that has a big project that is a 500-word essay that I really feel very much more capable of doing because of IB. Yeah.
He told me that earlier, and he said 500 words, and we both laughed. We know that he's more than capable of that.
I can truly get that done in an afternoon because of what IB has taught me, honestly.
So not only Carlos's story, I have some of the quotes from our current seniors. That's all 15 of them. All I ask them is, what were you expecting IB to be like, and what have you gotten out of it now? And it's really compelling, affirming to hear them say the things that we talk about in our curriculum meetings and our PLCs when we go to training for IB, the things that the program says. No, this will be the outcome of the program. The students themselves can verbalize and articulate. And so we're really proud of them. We're excited to see where they all go. And thank you so much for letting me tell you a little bit about where we've been for the past 5 years and for all of your support throughout that set of time. Thank you.
Carlos, I just want to say we're really proud of you. So keep up the good work, and you come back when you graduate.
Thank you, I will.
And Mr. Nichols, I know you've worked extremely hard behind the scenes to increase these numbers and to increase participation. So thank you for all of your efforts. Ms. Gillespie?
All right, I'm back to do the Rotary Student of the Month. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Mr. Adam Thomas to come up here. And his most influential teacher was running a little behind. But we'll start with Adam. Adam is currently taking AP Calculus BC, AP Seminar, Honors Spanish 2, and weight training. And I've actually had the privilege of knowing Adam since I think he was in the 6th grade. And if you know anything about Adam, you will often see him running around our campus in the morning, in the afternoon, all of the time planning and preparing for his athletics. Some activities that he's involved in is the National Honor Society, Beta Club, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and the Student Council. He has played multiple sports while he has been at Jackson County High School. He is a 4-year varsity cross-country athlete, a 3-year basketball player, 2 of those being at the varsity level, a 2-year varsity track athlete, hence all that running. I think you do long distance, right? Yes. And he played 1 year of baseball as well. He has won multiple honors while he's been at Jackson County High School. He He is in the top 10% of his class. He has won the AP Scholar Award. He has earned his academic letter. He earned the UGA Georgia Certificate of Merit. He also won the National Community Service Merit Award, which I think is always awesome when our students win that. The Athletic Directors Award, our Panther Pride Award for cross country, I think 2 years in a row. He's been the Student Athlete of the Month. He has been the top scholar for cross country, track, and basketball, and he's been a 6-time all-academic team representative. His most influential teacher was Mark Lockard, and I'm going to let Adam tell you a little bit about what he plans to do when he graduates.
So first, whenever I got this award, it was I didn't really know what the award meant, but Miss A, the first thing she told me was that I get to choose a teacher and have that teacher represent me. And I thought that was really cool because a lot of times when students do great things or whatever, you go to a good college, the student gets a lot of praise, but the teachers that got them to the place that they are now kind of get swept under the rug, and it's like, oh yeah, they were there, but they didn't really do anything. But when she told me that I got to choose a teacher, Mr. Lockard came to mind because when I went to his class, we had a really small class, and a few people started dropping at the beginning because the first book we got, it was The Turn of the Screw. I don't know if any of y'all have read that, but it's a really hard read. And a lot of people started trying to drop the class or whatever. But I stuck it out, and he always told us every day, he was like, I know this seems horrible, but you're going to make it. You're going to get through it. This first unit's really hard, and then you're going to start to figure it out. And I really learned from his class that as you go through life, there are things that might seem really tough at the beginning, but then once you do it and you do it and you do it, you start figuring it out, and it gets to where things that you might have thought were impossible get to be just normal, easy parts of your daily life. For example, I think a lot of teachers don't really like reading poetry. So we got to the poetry unit, and a lot of teachers will kind of rush through the poetry unit. They don't really take it that seriously. And I've gotten to tests and stuff, standardized tests, where I look at a poem and I have no idea what the meaning behind it is. But Mr. Lockard, he really looks deeper into that kind of stuff. So we read, I think, 64 poems. We did a March Madness bracket with the poems. And I got to where, now when I took my SAT after this, I saw poems and I was like, man, this really isn't that hard. I can do this, and it wouldn't even take that long. But really, Mr. Lockard, when you go into his classroom, half the time we do our reading at home, which that's another reason people didn't want to take the classes, because, you got to do your reading at home. But once you did your reading at home, you'd come into class, you'd have the desks arranged in a circle, and the class would be talking about the book. I learned a lot about everybody can take some of these books in totally different ways. And Mr. Lockard was really great about, he would kind of sit back and he'd help guide the discussion, but everybody would see, this person comes from a different life than I do, and they can see totally different things in this book, and all of us could be right. The author's meaning was hidden behind the words, but Mr. Lockard really just taught us how to see behind that, and how everybody can see something different and pull their own meaning out of the book and then use that in their own life. But really, I just want to say Mr. Lockard taught me how to be a better reader, better writer, and better person. Thank you.
As Adam smiles for his picture, Mr. and Mrs. Thomas, do you mind standing up?
All right. Good evening, board.
says student recognitions, but I have a staff recognition tonight. So Coach Tommy Satone, if you can come up here, please. We tried to get him here last month, and we got him here this month. For those that don't know, Coach Satone is our cross-country coach and a track coach at East Jackson High School. And in December, during the state championship games at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, he was named the GHSA Cross-Country Coach of the Year for the entire state of Georgia in any classification. So congratulations on that. When you think of, there's over 400 high schools in the state of Georgia, and cross country is one of the easiest sports, cost-effective wise, that a school can do, right? Like, kids go out and run, so almost every one of them is running cross country, and he was the coach that was selected. Says a lot. Coach Satone is not just recognized in the state of Georgia, but also nationally. He does distance coaching for USA Track and Field. We got the state championship cross country track and field championships at East Jackson because he can run a meet so well. That's why the GHSA brought it to East Jackson, because our facilities and the guy who was going to be running them was him. And that's why we were able to get that. He's been at East Jackson since 2011. And if you look at what we've done with the state championship last year, second place this year, girls third, the highest they've ever had, Coach Satone plays the integral part in getting our student athletes ready. And so we just want to say congratulations. And we're very proud and thankful that you're our colleague here in Jackson County. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I thought Mr. Hooper was going to say there are 400 high schools in Georgia, and each of them has a cross-country team because it's the easiest one to coach. I'm really glad you did not say that. I just felt that was the way you were going, and I started panicking. I really started panicking.
Well, good evening, Board. I am excited to recognize the recipient of our Extra Mile Award for February. This award was created to honor employees who consistently go above and beyond, those who exceed expectations, demonstrate exceptional dedication, and truly embody our mission and vision here in Jackson County. And what makes it even more special and especially meaningful is that the recipients are nominated by their peers. So just like our Rotary students who always touch my heart and get up here and talk about the impact that their teachers have made in their lives, this award carries that same meaning because it's a colleague nominating a colleague. So I'd like to call Miss Danielle Thomas up to join me. Ms. Thomas is a paraprofessional at the Pharos Alternative Program, and she was nominated by her colleague, Ms. Ginger Duran. And at this time, I'd like to share just an excerpt from that nomination. It is almost impossible to narrow down one specific example because Danielle goes above and beyond in everything she does. I'll focus on the relationships she builds with our students. One example is the way she held a student accountable recently while continuing to keep the student's trust. She displayed grace and humor while maintaining high expectations that the student eventually rose to meet. She made this student feel seen, valued, and loved while not allowing the student to use personal circumstances to avoid accountability. This is the way she does her job every day with each student. She has also made a positive impact on me because her words and actions make it clear that she supports the mission of our classroom and this program. Those were words from Ms. Duran. Now, what I also know is that Ms. Thomas is in school to become a teacher. And despite working an evening job to support this endeavor, she continually shows up with treats for her students when they meet their goals. So we are deeply grateful for your dedication, Ms. Thomas, and your commitment to our students. As a token of our appreciation, one of our valued partners in education, Georgia's own credit union, has provided you with a $100 gift card to celebrate this achievement. You are not allowed to use this on the students. You have to use it on yourself. All right, Ms. Duran, you got that? Okay, you're good. So all of it on you, ma'am. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, at this time, on the agenda is public comment. Anyone wishing to address the board, please come to the podium. Give it a 5-second count. I would like to say those recognitions tonight were outstanding. Coach Satone, the young lady who was just up here for the Extra Mile Award, and the Rotary Student of the Year. Now, Doc, I don't know who's teaching, but anybody comes up with an idea for poetry for a March Madness bracket? Now, that is thinking outside the box. We need to try that. You like poetry, don't you?
Love poetry. I also want to say we did not recognize the East Jackson High School Rotary Student and Teacher of the Month. Piper Penning. Piper is not here today. She is at class at UGA. She has class on Monday night, so we're going to recognize her on Thursday night. So thank you for her parents for being here this evening. Promise you we'll recognize her on Thursday night.
Outstanding. Okay, hearing no public comment, item 7, board appointments. Many of you know we have 2 open seats, post 3 and post 5. Would like to say we had varied interest from both of those seats. We appreciate everyone who took time to email Dr. Brown and the board, talk to us. These are not easy decisions. These 2 appointments will be to fill the remaining term, which will be this year. We felt like as a board we had to make these appointments because there's only 3 of us. You have to have 3 to do any kind of business. So again, outstanding individuals, everyone who showed interest. The qualifying for post 3 and post 5 will be the first week of March. So we encourage anyone who is still interested to do that. And the primary will be in May and the general elections in November. So with that, board, I will ask for a motion to make your board appointments.
I move, Mr. Chair, it's a recommendation of this board after deliberate process to appoint Mr. Don Clarsey to represent District 5, Mr. Ryan Smoot to represent District 3 to fulfill the remainder of the 2 open vacancies.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, having a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye. Motion passes. We welcome Mr. Claris and Mr. Smoot. We look forward to working with them. Board item 8, we have consent agenda for the ROTC Auxiliary Building. We had a presentation on that Thursday night. This building was needed for our vastly expanding ROTC program for their rifle range and some other things. So I would entertain a motion to approve the item on the consent agenda. Ms. Wheeler with a motion, Mr. Johnson with a second. All in favor? Aye. Also, we have a need for executive session for personnel and property. Do I have a motion to go to executive session? Moved by Mr. Johnson. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Wheeler. All in favor? Aye. Going to executive session. Motion to come back from executive session.
I'll second.
Moved by Mr. Johnson, second by Ms. Wheeler. All in favor? Aye. Do I have a motion to approve the superintendent's personnel recommendations? Moved by Mr. Johnson, and Ms. Wheeler will second. All in favor? Aye. Anything else, Dr. Brown?
Maybe Ms. Wheeler and Mr. Johnson won't be the only two who did have to motion and second next meeting.
Me- We appreciate that. I want you to get them a plaque for first and second. Appreciation plaque for y'all first and second of the last month. Meeting adjourned.